boys to talk about. Leeroy Poulter filling the boots of Chad Van Beurden. He qualified fastest ahead of Schiff, November, Bright and Evans. The top 5 super tight.
Leeroy, we knew that kart was fast because Chad put it on pole and PE. You just proved that it's really, really a good kart.
Look, I think definitely the kart's good. I think maybe Chad's on the upper end of me at the moment. I'm struggling a bit. But yeah, I'm enjoying the seat time, and I think it will help, you know.
If you're struggling and you put it on pole, what's going to happen in the race?
Look, I don't know. I think the times are close, and they've been the whole weekend very, very close. So I'm looking forward to it. I need the close racing, which will be good.
Front row of the grid, and next to you, Leeroy Poulter.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed because we were fastest in quite a few of the sessions yesterday, and this morning we were fastest. But I had pole for the first part of the session, and then at the end my tyre went flat. But of course it is Leeroy, so we know he's always going to be there. So I suppose I'm happy, but could have gone better.
Will you be looking over your shoulder for the rest of the pack to come?
Well, there's quite a few good drivers behind us, so I suppose I'm not going to be worried because I know we've had the pace all weekend, so we'll see.
Counting them down now, third and final heat of the Super Roks. Watch out, because Naomi Schiff is back and firing. She showed good form in qualifying. Now she's at the front.
Gets the whole shot too over everybody else other than the other young lady in there, Fabian Lance. The boys are going to be shown the way around now. Naomi Schiff is going to be put to probably her hardest test ever with Leeroy Poulter right on her tail.
It's been Burrell wins all day long. First win went to Poulter, second win went to Ian Young. Now we're going to see what the Zananis can do. We know they're running good down here in Cape Town, and it's just such a pity that Naomi Schiff had that problem on the first lap going out into heat number 1, but she's back and she's firing.
And we've got Jared November, Ricky Hill. The chase bunch is being led by Ian Young. It looks like a much better start there from Jason Bright. He is right on the tailpiece. No, in fact, it's not Jason Bright. Look at that, a big turn up for the looks. That's actually Keegan Blackensee.
He's come charging through. We haven't seen him all day long. He's finally got that thing lined up and firing straight, and he's ahead of Jason Bright, who is holding third place overall on the day so far.
Good move from Duke Ridgway, sneaking through and making up some ground there. He comes out, and that's Jason Bright. So you can see things are looking. Oh, change up at the front. Poulter's got ahead of Naomi.
And there's a lot of handwork going on there. These guys have got codes for what one finger sticking out means, I swear.
I think he was just saying, thanks very much, come with me. Let's go and get away from these guys. Ricky Hill, Jared November, Ian Young, Keegan Blackensee, Jason Bright. That's how they come through. Absolutely flat out stuff here in the final heat of the day.
It's super physical racing. This is probably the most physical class on the day, the Super Roks. This is the third heat. I said how bumpy this track was. They weren't feeling it in heat number 1. They are definitely feeling every single crumb that they drive over right now.
Coming into the braking markers for the twisties. Keegan Blackensee wants to get past that number 1 car in front of him. He hasn't had a great first 2 races, but here in race 3, where it all counts, this is where he needs to really put in a good effort, and you can see he's hassling. Ian Young having to go very defensive in the background there.
Jared November holds 4th place for the moment. Ian Young wants to get through on the Dark Destroyer, who has been brought in under the wing of Wesley Orr and very much taken over his driving style. Blackensee is in trouble though, because Ian Young has got through and now he's charging.
Certainly, yes, that is for sure. Look at that. Jason Bright, Dennis Duke Ridgway leading up the chase group now. So we had a bit of a chase group. It was led up. And speaking of chasing, well, the chase for the first place is still up for grabs. They are side by side. Poulter being shown the way around and giving a good run for his money here.
And it's a good thing he's been driving rallies because he got shoved all the way onto the dirt, onto the grass, kept it buried, kept it pinned. And then Naomi Schiff on the switchback, she brought it straight back into line. They need to get a move on though because Ricky Hill has now joined the party. It's a 3-way split out top.
Yeah, the in-house battling between the two of them slowed them down as always, and the third place man is now into the chance. Will we see possibly 4 and 5? Blackensee on the inside. Keegan Blackensee sneaking through, and Ian Young just opening up the door. You cannot afford to do that.
That was a Hollywood move from Blackensee, and I noticed that we've lost Jared November. He's been blown out the back of that chasing pack. He's sitting down there in 8th place.
It's not a good start to the third heat of the day there. So Jared November was right up here, in with a chance, and now just falling by the wayside, slowly but surely.
Jason Bright is a fenter trailer to Ian Young. Watch out for these guys going through. Once again, the back and forth battle at the front. Naomi Schiff goes outside. Leeroy Poulter covers the inside line, but Schiff and the Zanardi will have a good drive. But drive means nothing if your line is blocked.
Line's blocked there, as Poulter just did. You cannot get through. So we're into 2.5 laps to go for these guys. In fact, 3 laps to go as they cross the line there. So nothing in it between the top 3. They've managed to bridge a little bit of a gap, but it's hardly anything to Jared Evans, who's now up in a 4th.
And we are looking at a top 4 split at the moment. Ian Young has not been able to get his way to the front. So now it means Leeroy Poulter doesn't have to play the team game anymore. He can just go all out for the win, and you can see he wants it now.
Big time, there's no doubt about that one. So does Naomi. She hasn't had a great start to today's racing. Came back nicely in the second heat, but now has a lot fresher tyres on that Zanardi, and that might just play into her hands and possibly steal a victory away from Poulter.
She's just cooking, and she needs to do that as well. Otherwise, Burl are going to walk away with a whitewash down here in Cape Town. And you can see that Poulter is nervous. He always can feel the back end coming out. He knows his tyres aren't as fresh as the Zanardi, like you said, Greg. And she is definitely getting more drive out the corners.
Jared Evans right on the tailpiece there of Ricky Hill. So the two Tony Karts are sitting waiting to pounce if something goes wrong between that Zanardi and Burl that are 1 and 2 on the road. And it looks like Poulter is having to drive the race of his life here. He hasn't expected this kind of pressure. There's a move on the inside. What a great bit of drive there from Naomi Schiff and sneaking through. Poulter looked over the wrong shoulder and she just got ahead.
That was drive onto the long back straight. She got herself in the blind spot and Leeroy Poulter just could not see her. She buried it and now she's going to have to run and hide. Poulter will be praying that he can hang on to this as well because he's never had so much action on his back wheel as Ricky Hill. He wants through as well. He is tasting blood in the water and wants to get that 21 up onto the second highest step.
Awesome to see, and Ricky Hill, you can see saying to his teammate, well, the stablemate behind him there, come on, Jared, let's work together here. Let's get these two. We can maybe go 1 and 2 on the podium and drop them down to the 3 and 4 spot.
So Jared November and Ian Young sitting around about 6th and 7th place. They're out of this. It is a 4-horse race to the flag, and Naomi Schiff will be so pumped if she can get this job done.
Final bit of pressure being applied in the background there from Ayrton Good and Jared November, and that is on to Ian Young, who will probably leave here in Cape Town. Although Naomi Schiff is going to take the victory, Ian Young will probably hang on to the championship lead.
Early celebrations from Naomi Schiff. She knew she had that done with about 4 corners to go. Leeroy Poulter hangs on to the 2nd place ahead of Ricky Hill. Evans came charging through for that 4th place. Ian Young, very important to get himself up into 5th ahead of Ayrton Good.